DragonBall Daima takes again another spin-off as we are now entering the Demon World number 1. We have seen Demon World number 2 and 3. It's time to see how number 1 looks like. What is going on, my Z fans? Welcome back to another DragonBall Daima episode review. Before we begin, please drop me a like. I'll greatly appreciate that, and check out my other What If you haven't seen it yet, my most recent one. It is actually a really great one. You're going to enjoy this series. Well, let's get right back to DragonBall Daima. There's actually been few flaws in this episode, or not flaws, but pretty much it made me wonder, like, yeah, bruh, stop the cap, you know, because it was just hilarious and it was really ridiculous. Let's start off with the bootleg Captain Ginyu, or you could say the bootleg Ginyu forces. Like, come on, I was expecting something where, you know, honestly, man, I was expecting Dragon Ball Daima to be, now that it's like a 2024, 2025, to be more of a adult type of show, you know, to be more serious, to be more glory in it and more scary looking characters. But instead we're getting soft ass characters. We're being soft. The more the years is getting advanced, the softer we're getting. I was expecting the Ginyu forces for this series to actually look completely different, because King Goma's trying to pull a Frieza move here. He thinks he's Frieza. He's like, oh, F this, I'll get my own man to go do it. So he orders Supreme Kai's brother to go do that shit and gather some people, and he ends up gathering the bootleg version of Captain Ginyu, or the Ginyu Force. They call themselves the Gender Mind Force, and they're so ridiculous. They did the exact same pose as the Ginyu Force. They did the exact same stance as the Ginyu Force. Each and every one of them have a pose. There are 5 of them, just like in the Ginyu Force. It was just ridiculous. When I saw that, I just paused. I literally pressed pause on my screen. I put my head down for 5 seconds. I'm like, what are we doing now? Really, man? This is the Ginyu Force we're getting? I prefer the silly, goofy looking Ginyu Force dynamic over these ones. These ones are just pathetic. But it was pretty hilarious to see how they're all trying hard to be like the Ginyu Force and like, hey, we're gonna do everything we can to serve you. But then they all got scared when they heard that Goku beats Majin Buu and all, and he's coming here and they're like, wait, what the hell, Majin Buu? We don't stand a chance against this guy. He'll destroy us. They're pretty much the strongest fighter of the Gender Mind, and they're all getting together. That's why they call it the Gender Mind Force. So yeah, when I saw that, sorry man, I just couldn't stop but laugh. I was like, this is ridiculous. And now when it comes down to it though, let's see what they do. We even saw them have a little, you could say, interaction with the Majins. We see Majin Kook and Majin Do. They're both going to the store to get chocolate, and then the Ginyu Force, the bootleg Ginyu Force, that's what I'm gonna call them, they're there too buying chocolate. I'm like, really, man? This is what we're getting into now? This is what we get? This is our show for Dragon Ball Daima? It's so goofy and childish. Over chocolate? Oh man, I hope once when Goku and them enter, it'll be more serious. Now let's talk about Goku and them, man. One thing I really found interesting, we've seen how the Demon World number 3 looks like. It is very gassy atmosphere. It's hard to fly. You have to use a spaceship. It reminds you of Planet Saiyan or Planet Vegeta because of the pink background, or even Planet Tuffle. Now we've seen the Demon World number 2. That looks like a bootleg version of Planet Namek. It's very green and very watery. Nice to see that. We've seen giants people living there. We've seen dangerous creatures inside this universe or in this world. But now we see number 1. Number 1 is just fire. It's like very hot, very scorching hot. The sun's there burning your skin and all that. So it's like a very hot atmosphere. So if I was to be in this Demon World, I would die. I hate the hot. I love the cold. I've always been a cold person. So good luck to Goku and them. I don't know how they'll survive in the hot heat fighting. But now, one thing I'm very fishy about. First, we're all fishy about Glorio. He seems like a very sketchy character. This guy's up to something. He's keep making plans behind Goku's back, luring them to the first world so he could steal the Dragon Ball. And when they were leaving the spaceship and they told him to get the Dragon Ball, like, oh no, that person tell it. He's gonna steal it. So Glorio is already a fishy character. Now, I don't know if it's me, but do you all find Neva to be a very fishy and very sus character? Like, this guy is just, you can't tell if he's good or is he evil? Is he a backstabber? What is he doing? We first saw him, let's talk about his timeline. We saw him come off with where he was pretty much working with King Goma. He goes to planet Earth, uses a Shenron. He managed to get Shenron by just summoning it with his own hands. And when Shenron has arrived, he makes a wish to make them kids and everything. So it looked like he was on King Goma's side, but now here, when he sees Goku inside the second world, he asks if he can travel with them, and he becomes on their side. And he's a very talented character. He has a lot of potential. He's the one who made the Takagami. He is the one who pretty much constructed Planet Namek that's in there, and the only Namekian that's living there. Everybody left, but he stayed behind. And now one thing we learn is that they managed to destroy the warp so Goku cannot enter the first world, but he was the one who made the barrier. There was a barrier shield there between the first, second, and third world, and if you remove that barrier, you can cross through the barrier like easily. And this barrier isn't no ordinary barrier, it's no child's play. This thing almost killed Goku. Goku tried testing out with his power pole, and when he touched it, boom, he got electrocuted almost to the point he passed out, and if he fell there, he could have died. That's how strong this barrier is. Turns out Neva is the one who made this barrier, because demons used to travel back and forth towards his world, which is Planet Namek, and they used to just come there and do whatever the shit they want, and he didn't like that. They were uninvited guests. Hey, you gotta be invited to come to my world. Who you guys think you are? Traveling back and forth like if it's nothing. So because of that, this man went and set out a barrier. Can you imagine how strong he is? This is the same guy who made the Tatagami to protect the Dragon Balls. It took literally Super Saiyan 3, bootleg Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta to beat one of the Tatagami, which is number 2. And that's how powerful they are. And this guy made he's the one who created it. And he has way more hidden power within him. But he says since the Namekians have a code, they use their power for only good. That's the reason why he will not do anything like that. So this old Namekian is actually one Namekian you cannot underestimate. You know, it would be so cool. But too bad inside Dragon Ball Super it was never stated, so that's why it will not happen. But it would have been cool if Piccolo went and fused with him. After the end of the day, when he becomes adult again, he's like, hey, you know what? It's time for your old fart to come with me. And Piccolo could have the same potential as him, and boom, that would be so amazing. You know how strong Piccolo would get with this guy's type of power? But I tell you, man, it looks like he's ready to backstab Goku. As good he looks, as nice he is, he still looks kind of fishy and evil at the same time. So I don't know, is it just me? Am I having trust issues for Neva, or do you guys feel the same? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you guys think he's kind of a sus character, or you're like, nah, we trust Neva, he's cool, whatever. I don't know, man, I find him to be a little sus. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you guys think about this episode? It was a really slow episode. The only best part was when all the Z-Fighters has entered the first world. They were flying because their spaceship's a piece of shit. It couldn't work. And when they're flying through it, the gender minds tried to attack them, which made me laugh. Like, come on, you guys are so weak. But it's epic seeing how Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, everyone's just flying right towards King Goma's castle, because their goal is to defeat him, get Dende, and defeat the Takagami, and get the Dragon Ball, and wish for themselves to be adults again. So I think Daima is going to be coming close to an end very soon too. But yeah, not bad episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy this? And let me know your thoughts if you also feel the same about Neva. If there's anything you guys like about this video I have to talk about, please drop me a like. I would really appreciate it. If you haven't already clicked the bell yet, please do so. And check out my newest What If. You're going to really enjoy that series.